Hi, welcome.
Hello. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, very well.
Yeah. Hi all.
Yep.
First of all, thanks Rakesh and team to giving me the opportunity to speak and to share my experience in a to wider audience. And yeah, there are similar known faces, and I'm happy to meet again them. Like Kunal, he was my mentor in TCS. So let me share my screen and I'll start my topic for today. Yeah, let me know once my screen is visible.
Yes, you can see.
Yeah. So my topic is actually Microsoft Power Pages, which is the new capability. It's just an add-on capability. It was existing before, but just now they are promoting as a different product and as a new tool in a Power Platform family. So, if I start with my introduction, my name is Milan Hingu. I am Dynamics C and Power Platform consultant. I'm having 10 plus years of experience in Dynamics C and Power Platform consultant. Right now, I am working at Dialog and CS in Sydney, Australia. And yeah, I have a couple of certifications. So yeah, that's so agenda of today would be uh, obviously Microsoft Power Page, and I'll try to touch base this on a very high level from how to start with designing, configuration, development, and how to deploy it to the production, and how to on very short note how to go live. So the agenda would be like within 8 points: introduction and history of Power Pages and the life cycle of it. What are the core components of Power Pages? What is the main difference actually between Power Portal and Power Pages? As I said, it's actually add-on on a Power Portal, Power Apps portal. If you have already worked, then it's similar. Just there are some more capability with a design perspective, Design Studio and Visual Studio Code integration. So how to design, customize, and extend it. We'll cover the security concepts of in a Power Pages that is similar to Power Portal, but there are few changes. How to administer and the licensing of Power Pages. The licensing is changed in Power Pages, so that we'll cover, and how to deployment. So I think there is another session for deployment that will be covered in detail, but just I'll cover that how to do that. So we'll go first with the presentation and I will go to the demo also. So the introduction, as I said, that now they are actually branding the Power Pages as a different altogether product as to having external facing websites for from our Dataverse uh, um, uh, from our Dataverse actually along with Power BI, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, and Power Apps. So the textbook definition of Power Page is actually it's a secure enterprise grade low code software as a service platform. It is actually a platform for creating, hosting, and administering modern external facing business websites. So it is for actually external facing business websites, and as we know that you need to have a license to access this products even in a dynamic CE. But yeah, these things were missing, and now actually with Power Portal and Power Pages, it is becoming familiar. Sorry, becoming popular to that we can easily quickly create a website which is actually accessible by external customers. Your customers contacts actually can access this website and can interact with the Dataverse. So yeah, that is good, and I think actually this is becoming very well known now. So, introduction and history of Power Pages. In that, actually, as I said, it is for website development. As we know, Power Apps is basically a model-driven application development. Power Automate is for workflow automation. Power BI is business analytics, and Virtual Agent is for boards. So, where the Power Pages sits is right here. This is the high-level architecture of Power Pages, which you see on in this square is actually Power Portal thing only, but these two new things, Azure Web Application Firewall and Azure CDN, that is Content Delivery Network, that is actually two new things introduced with Power Pages, actually to boost the performance of your website. Content Delivery Network is actually they are hosting your websites to different geographical locations, and then that website is actually accessing from your nearest locations if you call the website. So that actually boosts your performance of your websites. And yeah, authentication, you do the authentication using out of the box local authentications, and also there are other Azure B2C and other external identifier you can use for authentication. For authentication, actually, Microsoft doesn't recommend the local authentication that is there, but they are recommending other external identification or Azure B2C or Azure authentication. It runs on authentication and authorization. Authorization is basically what and which data actually how you can access that or to be at which level. Just like a security role in Dynamics CE application, we can define that at which level on which table you can access a particular contact of website. They can access your data from Dataverse. So this is very high level architecture, and actually on client devices, you will have similar, just like you will have a similar user interface. Either you access the website from your laptop, from mobile, or from tablet, any other devices. But yeah, make sure that if you make an custom website, obviously, then if you customize or if you design it, then you need to keep that in mind that it needs to be accessible in different devices the similar way. So that we need to take current development. If you go to, I have actually started working on Power Apps. I have never worked on Portal and ADX Studio, but just to, just for information that what is the history behind this, it was actually ADX Studio, and then it became CRM Portal version 8, and then it became Power Apps Portal version 9.0. And recently, actually in May 2022, it was announced as Power Pages, a different product, and it was generally available from October 2022. So now, if you try to create a website from your Dataverse environment or externally, then you will have only option which actually having a new designer, which is called Power Pages. Right now, still it is asking you if you try to edit existing website, it will ask you whether you want to do it in a Power Apps Portal or Power Pages. But I think they are slowly migrating to Power Pages, and there will be no option for Portal. And one good thing is that there is no migration you need to do for your existing Power Apps Portal to Power Pages. It is actually handled in the backend, and just that you can actually edit your website in Power Pages directly without any migration. So that's good. The life cycle of this is like just like trial environment you are creating for other Dynamics environment. You can create trial portal, and it will be for 30 days. And after 30 days, if you do not buy a license, then it will be suspended, and it will retain for 7 days for as a suspended status, where you can actually contact Microsoft and maybe resume that you can recover. But after that, it will be deleted. But your customizations and other data, metadata will still remain on your Dataverse environment, just that the website will not be accessible. After trial or before trial, actually you need to buy the license, and you need to convert into production, even your sandbox environment. So yeah, that's the life cycle of the Power Pages. We'll go into the licensing detail. What are the core components of Power Pages? Actually, if once you create a trial environment or a buy of Power Pages, then there are a couple of solutions which will be installed in your environment, in your Dataverse. Those are the portal solutions. There will be a portal metadata. that is data about data, and which is actually container of your portal data. There will be a portal web app which will be in Azure, and that there is a model-driven app or portal management app which you can see, and whatever configuration you do, that is stored there. And yeah, till now in Power Apps portal, actually we were doing the customization extension from portal management app only, but some of the things actually, not everything, but a lot of things designing. From designing perspective, we have a new studio available, which will go into detail, which you can do from the new designer studio only. What are the difference between Power Portal and Power Pages? So as I said, you'll have a new designer studio, Power Page Studio. We have a couple of templates introduced from Microsoft. Actually, you can when you try to create a website, you can use either existing web templates. Your website can be either a FAQ website or customer service, or any kind of like for creating cases. You can create create from existing template, or you can create from blank. Both are similar thing actually. Just using template, you get a lot of extra functionality ready to do it. Tutorial section, you have a now tutorial section in Learn Hub actually. That is very good. Now you have VS Code integration for developers. I think that will be covered after this session. Also the Azure DevOps integration for ALM. Yeah, now actually it was actually in a portal also, but now with Power Pages, it is also supported the ALM concept in a CI/CD pipeline. As I said, Azure Web Application Firewall and CDN are the new things for boosting the performance of the website and also security. Go live checklist. It is actually providing you the go live checklist when you go live with your website. Then actually it provides you the checklist which you need to actually perform. And yeah, updated license model. How to design, customize, and extend Power Pages actually. So they have new URL now, make.powerpages.microsoft.com for opening the Power Page Design Studio. And also traditionally we were doing in a model-driven app, Power Management Portal Management app and a Power Portal. So maybe let's go to the let's go to the actually dig into this. So we'll continue with this, but I'll show you. This is the environment, and this is the website. From here, actually, you can create from you go to the make.powerapps.com using go to apps, and then you can create website, right? You traditionally we were using this. So while you create a website, yeah, you provide website name, website address, and it's actually creating a portal. So that is this portal I have created. But using this make.powerpages.microsoft.com with the new URL, new design studio. If you go there, then you will see the new designer here. You will see your old website in this list. I have one website. It is showing me one website. So we can edit the website from here, preview it, or do the admin task. Actually, you can create a new website also from here, and it will ask you to either you can select the exist template from the existing templates, or you can create from blank one. So these are the new templates they have introduced with this Power Pages. So yeah, you can select anyone. I think that will make your life easy to start with the website development, and then you can extend it. So if I go to, sorry, I want to get it back. Yeah, so this is the website. This is the portal I've created, and right now, if you try to edit it, then it will ask you to either you can edit in a Power Apps portal, or Power Pages. So I think this will open in Power Pages directly. Yeah, so this is the new Power Page Designer, where you can see actually you can do a lot of new things. A lot of capability have been added with from designer window, which was not possible, which was limited actually in a Power Apps portal. So here you can actually create a new page manually, and you can add components on your page, just like this is the home page which was available, and I just added the components here. So you can actually add text, like from here you can add button. Yeah, and I can say, let me do it. Yeah, you can add image, you can add video. Form is basically a model driven app form. Multi-select form. This form is actually your model driven app form will be created as a basic form. Multi-select multi-step form is basically an advanced form. I think name is changed in Power Pages, but yeah, that was an advanced form in Power Portal. Your list, actually that is your view from model driven app, and you can also embed your Power BI report here. There should be another option. Yeah, you can add Spacer and you can add iframe also. So you can actually more or less you can do you have a new graphical user interface UI for a new designer for do it quickly, because previously it was you need to do it in a portal management app, doing all in a code and liquid code. So as an example, I just created a sample website, and home page is like just simple. I added a label, and actually what I have done is like as an example, a user wants to create a case, and they want to see active cases and the resolved cases as an example. So if we try to preview this website, so before that, actually, whatever changes you do here, like on a create case, uh, maybe if you have already worked on Power Portal, you know how to configure your portal. Like, let me open the portal management app. So you may already know that how to make this form. It is basically a model driven app form. I have created a case form, and I configured that in a portal management app as a basic form. And not only configuration, actually you can do a lot of things there. With liquid code you can also extend that. Yeah, so that's the basic form. So this is the website. Whatever website you create, the website will be you can see that website here, and you can create multiple websites. As you can see, I have two websites. So one of them I have deleted, that's why it was not showing there. And then you have basic forms, which is actually container in Power Pages of your model driven app form. The list is basically a view, as I said. And so yeah, in a create case basic form, this is the form, basic form which I configured, which is the container of incident, that is case table, and the form which I created specifically for portal, that is this one, and the tab. You can provide your mode, insert or edit mode. So this is actually create mode, so I provided create mode. And here actually you can play with your fields, like I am so here I'm populating email address with logged in email address. So you can actually all those configuration you can also do in a basic form by data with limited functionality, but at least basic things you can do here. The extension actually you can do via liquid code, which you can write here, or you can do that in a web page. So first you need to have a basic form, and then to show that in a portal, you need to create a web page, and inside that web page, actually you need to add your basic form. So this is actually a create case web page, and which is basically case creation form, which are populated login email using the metadata that which I was showing. And yeah, so let's create quickly. Maybe we go to here now. So yeah, so this is the create form which I configure, which we can see. And active cases and resolved cases is basically a list. That list contains the active cases and completed cases, model-driven app views, and how. Let me show you the active cases view. It will show you the active cases for that particular contact. This is the security thing. Actually, you are the contact of a particular customer. So if you try to create a case, and if you select customer, you can actually populate this customer automatically in the backend or on the form. You can select only because you are a contact of this customer and you are creating a cases. So you can see your cases only because of from that company. So this security actually you can handle from security from table permission. So from table permission, actually you can define your privileges on the tables. So just like security role, you can provide privileges here on a particular entity on which level you need to have, and what is the access type. Either it's a global access or contact access. So this is actually I provided on a customer. I provided a contact access. So basically, the contact which I am logged in, I'm basically a contact in model-driven app, and my customer is this adventure one, which is populating there, and this using this security setting, we can enable that. So and this is basically for authenticated users. So we'll cover in a security concept that two types of authentication is there. Authenticated user and anonymous users also can access your dataverse if you provide access to them anonymously. So everything handles the security handles from table permission, and actually just like a security role, which is combination of privileges, you define a web role which will contain the table permission. So you need to provide a web role to contact, and using that web role, authorization actually maintained for a particular contact. And so as I was showing that this is the list which is showing as active cases here. So this is actually active cases view, and I just did a little code here to how it looks like here. And out of the box, actually it was showing like drop down menu, but here we can show this button. That those type of customization actually you can do here, like in custom JavaScript. I saw this odd and even different colors, and there is a web page which is actually containing this list. Inside that web page, actually I am showing doing this button changes. So this type of things actually we can yeah, it was possible in the Power Apps portal also, but yeah, you can actually do it a lot of things actually from Power Page at this studio, this new studio. So you can create your table from here only, so you do not require to go to model-driven app, and previously you were need to do lot of back and forth, but here actually you can do everything, most of the things actually in single window. And also if you want to change the code, you were required to go to the like here, like you need to change the JS or liquid code or something, then actually we can do that from here only. You just click here and you can click on edit code. It will open the Visual Studio Code in your browser. So in future, actually, they are going to introduce the VS Code, a different solution that will actually right now for deployment, actually they have already provided, but for edit from here, actually they are just going to change this. So there is a new capability is going to come in future. So just like we can edit the page inline from here only. We can change the CSS. We can change the JavaScript. And yeah, so if you see, so this is the HTML code which is on a active cases web page, which I read there. So that is accessible from here only. You can change everything from here, and it will just sync to here, and just you click on sync here, it will instantly reflect on your website. You don't require to go to the portal management app again and again. So this is the JS file, this is the CSS file. You can change directly from here for every page. If you want to do that changes for a different page, you just go and click on edit code. So that is actually super handy to change it. Also from styling perspective, actually you can select your base theme from here, base theme from your for your website, the main color and sub color, headings and everything. And also for if you go to your theme and if you click on manage CSS, so actually you can upload your custom CSS also. You can define your custom CSS actually, which will actually override the theme CSS, but not the portal basic theme and Bootstrap actually. The Power Page is actually on a Bootstrap framework, but yeah, your custom theme will override theme CSS. They don't recommend actually to override any portal basic theme CSS. But yeah, most of the things actually you can design actually in a in your custom theme. Just as an example, I have just if you go to the home page and styling, I just disable this custom theme. If I enable it, and actually we can edit that inline from here only. So that is also very super handy. So just I enable it. You can see that this text becomes smaller because I defined that in this CSS. So yeah, we can edit the CSS from here and it will directly reflect on your Designer Studio. And actually it is reflecting on a website. So if you preview it, then we can see the changes. So that CSS is actually, I have defined somewhere this, I think, yeah, this one. So if we try to, it's already synced maybe. If we try to preview it, then this font should become smaller. So it is very, oh no, maybe I haven't synced it. So this type of back and forth while designing and configuration, it actually you can save a lot of time using this Designer Studio. And also with the deployment, they have introduced new tools, so that is very super handy. And yeah, yeah, so it is reflected. So yeah, CSS also you can maintain here. Data actually also you can maintain from here. So in the setup, all these settings you can manage. As I said, Go Live checklist is also there. That before going live of your production website, there are checklists provided from Microsoft that you can refer. And yeah, the CDN and WAF, actually CDN content delivery network, that will be enabled only for actually production. Identity providers, which are helpful for authentications, the local signing from a contact level, that will be by default will be enabled, but that is not recommended from Microsoft. This Azure B2C actually very good thing. If you have Azure subscription, you can use this Azure B2C authentication. That is very handy. Or else, if you have different business requirement, you can use other identity providers. Table permission, we just like a security role. The site visibility is actually until you go live with your website, your site should be private. Within the private mode, actually, you can provide access to your website to particular set of users. So if you click on private, you can provide email of other users you want to access. So you can till your website is in development mode. If you want to other users to test it, you can provide access. And once your website is live, you can make it public. So this is the new Power Page Studio. If we go back to our presentation, yeah, that we covered. And portal management app, if you have already worked with Power Apps portal, then this is the same thing, portal management app, which we just showing you. If you go forward, security and Power Pages, as we discussed, that authenticated users are always tracked in Dataverse as contacts. Basically, the contacts are authenticated in a portal. Web role, just like security role, in a web role, actually, you can configure that if the authenticated users logged into your website, a particular web role is automatically assigned to them. So at least some basic authentication they will have. So those type of configuration and customization you can do. Then yeah, obviously authorization, that is table permission, you need to have in order to access the table data, like account or product. So that was the security. And yeah, regarding licensing, this licensing cost is actually on top of your model-driven app or your Dataverse app or any other Dynamics 365 app. So this is on top of that, because the Power Pages is basically on a Dataverse. So yeah, this cost on top of that. So for authenticated users, it's 200 per capacity, and it's based on a pack. So one pack is 100 users. There is this price for per packs, and for anonymous user, that is this price. And there is a second model is pay as you go plan, as per the business requirement. $4 per user site per month. Actually, you can create multiple sites, right? So per site per user per month is the $4 for authenticated and 30 cents for anonymous users. This is bifurcation difference of that obviously anonymous users will not have authentication providers. Authenticated users will have, just like a local sign-in and other identity provider. These templates and all will be there for anonymous users also. Just that store and manage data also same, but yeah, from Dataverse perspective, capacity perspective, authenticator user will have 2 GB database capacity, while anonymous will have 500 MB. And the file capacity, which is basically that's different. If you know, the database capacity is different from file capacity. So that is 16 GB for authenticated user, and for anonymous user it is 4 GB. And yeah, the last point, I think the deployment, which we will cover in detail, but you have your CLI for continuous integration. That is actually you can for continuous integration of your Power Pages development code, you can use this tool, and also it is in Power. It is also in a built-in Azure DevOps, so you can maintain your code there. And also for deployment, actually, previously, traditionally, before it was not available for Azure DevOps, we were using different tools like Portal Code Mover or configuration migration tool, or in a XRM toolbox, you have a data mover. So we were using that tools, but within the Power Apps CLI, actually now we are able to deploy using CI/CD using ALM concept. So yeah, I think, yeah, that's it from my side. Maybe I'm over time or maybe I'm before time. I'm actually very much before time. So questions are welcome. That's it from my side.
Yes, thank you so much, Milan, for the wonderful session. I personally got a great idea about Power Pages, and I'm sure everyone here has too. So we have few questions in the chat, Milan. Let's take that up. So one question comes from Rohit. He asks how to show non-primary columns as a lookup fields.
Non-primary columns as a lookup field. Non-primary columns as a lookup field. So basically, the fields and types actually coming from Dataverse only. You can as a lookup field. So non-primary columns as lookup field. So obviously, for showing the lookup field on your Power Pages, you need to have lookup in Dataverse, right? So as far as I know, there is no configuration maybe available in metadata where you can show your other column as lookup column. So you need to have a lookup so there.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
So,
other experts can correct me if I'm wrong.
okay, got it. So we have another question from Srinidhi too. She asks if we have two contacts with the same web role, but I need different menu item for them. So how to achieve this? Any out of the box features?
Yeah, you have two contacts with same web role. Yeah, two contacts, and you need to show the different menu items. So actually, you can configure that in your site setting. Using site setting, actually, you can check your site setting in your Liquid code based on your context for which type of contact you want to show which menu. So you can show hide menu using your site settings, accessing site setting in your Liquid code.
Okay. I hope that answers your question, Srinidhi. We have another question from Saurabh Nitin. He asks if is there any way we can track how authenticated/anonymous user access Power Pages for duration of time they are on any particular page.
For tracking purpose, I think out of the box, I think I'm not sure how we can track that. But recently we were tracking that, but I forgot how we were checking. Actually, we were checking the records only inside the Dataverse, that how whether the contact is actually logged in by after registering. But yeah, with accessing, I'm not sure.
Okay, got it. Let's take one last question. This is from Shatrughan Lamba. He asks, can the external users do registration themselves? How do we manage them?
The external user, you mean to say not the anonymous one? So both are different. So external users are basically the contacts of your customers, of the customers. So they can do registration themselves via out of the box local sign-in method, where but that is not recommended from Microsoft. Actually, they provide you can actually, I can show you that in a go to the contact and yeah, but it will take time. But you can actually you go to the contact and you can actually create invitation, and after that you can develop a mechanism, or using Power Automate you can email to your contact that this is the I think registration code. That code, actually using that code they can register on the website. I haven't shown you the login page, out of the box login page, where you have a code redemption tab and you can actually redeem the code. This is local authentication, but actually if you try to use different method of login, different identifier, then they have different methods. So yeah.
Okay. I hope that answers your question too, Shatrughan. So with that, we are over time now. Thank you so much, Milan. You can answer the questions.
I have some more questions. Could you
Yes,
please
yes,
answer my
Shatru.
two?
Shatrughan, we are actually having the next speaker lined up now, and
But
you can
you can
reach out
connect
to
me.
Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
reach out to Milan on LinkedIn. He will
Yeah.
surely answer your questions on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So thank you so much, Milan.
Thank you
We
very much.
appreciate your
Yeah.
efforts that you have put forward for this session.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Bye.